Uh, I was speaking to a Muslim. I didn't speak really. I mean, this person, he sent me an email. He said there is tons of websites, and they have a lot of good reasoning about why Islam is true. So how you respond to their reasoning? So I said to him, okay, you know what, just give me the name of the article. I don't open links sent to me by Muslims. Just give me the name of the article or any article, and I will search online, and I will be happy, you know, to check it out and make a video for you. And I hope he is here. I don't know if there's time now. It should be the morning for him where he is make a request from. So if we go in the internet, we will find, as he said, there is many website giving you reasoning about why Islam is true. And he said to me, as long as you don't open any link, obviously you don't trust anyone to send you a link, you give me a link and I will say to you if it's okay, this one. You know, I find it like have the most convincing. So he gave me this link. 10 reasons, or he gave me, I gave him this link, sorry, and he agreed with it. 10 reasons why Islam is a true religion. If you go down, you read, you see it says that indeed the religion in the sight of Allah is Islam. And actually, this is the first thing you will know that Islam is false. You know, if Allah, his religion is Islam, so why he called those who follow Jesus Nasara? And why he called those who follow Moses Jews? You know, if the deen, you know, it translated as a word mean religion. Deen is like supposed to like a way of you live. You know, you live like, you know, like a way of life, let's say. So if the religion of Allah is Islam, God, he say that people who they are Christians and Jews and even Sabian, which worshiping stars, are going to go to heaven. You see, in order to have an accurate statement, you have to say that only one who believe in Islam, not just in Allah. Because remember, the mushrikeen in the time of Muhammad, what the Muslim called them mushrikeen. In fact, the Muslims are the mushrikeen. In the time of Muhammad, they believe in Allah too. Okay, so look at this verse here. Now, you know, the Muslim translation is funny. You can change the translation, you will find different meaning and different Quran, because Muslims are trying to cover up that it's a duct tape translation. Rest assured that whoever from among the Muslims or the Jews or the Christians or the Sabians believe in Allah and the last days. So you see here it says, and the Muslims. Do you see it? And the Muslims. Therefore, the rest are not Muslims, obviously. This is why they are called Jews, or the difference between Nasara and Christians. Obviously, the one who made the Quran is very silly. He's bankrupt, and he do not know what he is saying. In the beginning of his life, Muhammad, he was weak. So he was trying to, like, you know, like in Arabic, you know, like there is some statement for the one who praise you in order to get you, you know? Like, yeah, we are friends, and you are, you know, we always follow you, you know, like, so he can give you what you want. Praise the guy, fool him, and get what you want, what you want from him. So Muhammad at that time, he was weak. He don't have an army yet. So he made this statement that those who the Christian, the Jews, does even the Sabian who worship stars, they will go to heaven. How the Sabian, they aim to be even in the category if the Muslim they claim that they are Abrahamic. And in the same intro of our video, we heard the potato guy, the ketchup guy, saying that Muhammad is not Abrahamic, and he was from a pagan tribe of Quraysh. He is not Abrahamic. He don't even know who was Gabriel. Then if we go down, I'm just reading the article, what I find it hilarious. It says here, many people around the world don't believe in God because of the lack of evidence. Some, when they are asked what kind of evidence would they like to will say miracle in front of their face, which is a subjective experience and would actually be worst type of evidence, as everyone would have the same subject experience as well. Here a Muslim trying to be a philosopher and saying, well, this is not right to ask for miracles, because then everybody will ask for a miracle. And here I find it very, very funny and very stupid, because isn't it the Qur'an said that Allah, he put conditions on the Jews that they should not accept any prophet unless he do a miracle? And the miracle is specifically that he will sacrifice, you know, and then Allah will send a fire. Let us see the verse. Allah will send a fire, and if Allah, he sent the fire and the fire consumed the sacrifice, then this is a prophet from God. And this is in chapter 3, verse number 183. So look what the article is saying. It's very, in a way, it's saying it's impossible, it's stupid, it's silly to ask God to keep making miracles. But this God himself, he asked the Jews not to believe in anyone unless he gave a sacrifice, and the God of the Jews, he sent down, fire to consume it. Guys, don't change my topic. My topic is not about David Wood. The guy, he is adult. He do as he wish. You don't like what he do, just leave. He's not a kid. You do not need me. He do not need you to, to tell him what to do. You open your channel and do better than him. He's free. Don't change my topic. If you change my topic, I will block you. Act maturely, and like be mature. So look what we have now. Allah, he said to the Jews that, and Muhammad did not deny that. Even the Quran did not deny it. The Jews said, verily Allah has taken our promise not to believe in any messenger unless he bring to us an offering which the fire from heaven shall devour. Say, verily there come to you messengers before me with a clear sign, and even what you speak of, which means true what they are asking for. So how you say it is not necessarily to have miracles, and the Quran says that Allah, he put the conditions and he made them to take a promise not to believe in anyone unless he make such a practice, which means it's a must to have such a practice. The guy, his name is Palestine, is not welcome here. Change your name. You are not even Palestinian. Coward, hypocrite. This is what happened when you wash your face in the ass of other nations. The Jews, who said, verily Allah has taken a promise. Is this promise is true? The Quran confirm it. So how we can believe in Muhammad is if the beginning is wrong. He did not keep the promise which Allah, he put to the Jews. Was Allah playing when he made the promise to come to be true? When Allah, he says, don't accept any prophet unless he do this. But he don't want to do this. And he confirmed, yes, Allah, he did that to you before. But then why he didn't do it now? He said you did not believe. That's false. Name for me the messenger of God who did that according to the Quran and they did not believe in him. For sure it's not Jesus. We did not even start the article, and we are laughing at the stupidity, how they are trying to prove to us that this is a book from God. And then he is reading for you. He continues saying, If we, why do people don't believe? Read the reason in the Quran. This is Quran. If we even if we had sent down to them the angels with the message, and the dead spoke to them, we gathered together every. I mean, you see, the Muslims, they have to add things. They add things between brackets because the Quran is so clear. You know, you see how clear the Quran, to the point we need to add words between the bracket. I mean, this book is so clear to the point, if we don't have the bracket, the verse does not make any sense. Do you see how stupid it is? So the verse here is saying to them, well, you know, even if we sent to them angels, and even if the dead one spoke, and even we gather people in the day of judgment, so how people convert to Islam then? If this is the case, why you send Muhammad? And the funny, this verse came speaking about people who Muhammad claimed they will not believe, and later they became Muslims. Do you see how you expose a false prophet? Muhammad, he gave this verse to his people, and those people will not believe. It doesn't matter what you do. Even if we send angels, they will not believe. And to make it more fun, you know, came to say that Allah is the one who deceived them. Why didn't believe? Because Allah don't visit them. So how you are saying even if we send, they will not believe, and if we find out that it is you who deceived them? According to the Quran, the one who Allah deceive, nobody can guide him. And every single person in this earth is deceived by Allah. Actually, even Shaitan himself, the Quran confirmed he was deceived by Allah. As you know, we never say something without proof. Chapter 4, verse number 88 says, are you going to guide those who Allah deceived them? It's in front of you. The Muslims, they try to fix it. They say he let him go astray. In Arabic, it says, Adall Allah. Adall, this is where the book of my book, The Deception of Allah. Adall, Yudlil. So two words. Adallah, he deceived. Yudlil, he's deceiving now. Or he, you know, the one he's deceived. So the one who Allah he deceived, and the Muslim, they replace it with the word astray because it took nicer. But it means the same. You know, he led you astray. It means he deceived you from the correct way. Are you going to guide those who Allah led them astray? The one who Allah led them astray, you cannot find a guidance for them. What kind of religion this religion is? Shaitan himself was misguided by Allah. And this is why Shaitan, he said, because you misguided me, I'm going to misguide them. And this is again in the Quran. We can find that in chapter 7, verse number 16. We can find that in chapter 15, verse number 39. It's all over. Oh Lord, you led me in error. Shaitan saying to Allah. And you see again, the Muslim translation is very funny, very أغويتني, أغوى. You know, it's mean you led me, you tempted me, to fool me, to deceive me, to do ugly, to be a criminal, to be a whore, to be a child molester, to be, or whatever you can name all the link article of evil. So Iblis saying, it is you, Allah, because you led me to be deceived, I am going to cause them to be deceived as you deceive me. Except those who whom you have not, this is false translation, not single you yourself, except the decent one, the true believers. Change the translator, you will find different translation right. No, al-mukhlisin is not except you're chosen. There's nothing chosen in. The only chosen in Islam in the Quran is the Jews. Change the translator. Let us see different translator. Let us say Yusuf Ali. This is why if you don't speak Arabic, Muslim can't fool you. See? Except the sincere, what it shows in one. How they can fabricate even the meaning of the Quran. So he said to him, Illa ibadaka, except your those who worship you, from them the sincere, from your servants, from your worshippers, the sincere one, al-mukhlisin. Mukhlis in Arabic mean, loyal, the loyal one, the sincere one. So, except those people, I cannot deceive them. He misled Muhammad and he gave him satanic verses, which mean Muhammad is a bad person. And then even verse number 42 says, Allah, he said to Iblis, Shaitan, well, you know what? For over my servant, you have no authority except such the criminals. You see the translation, the same word in the top, we corrected, al-ghawin. It says except the wrong follow. That's false. Al-ghawin mean the one who follow the crimes, the evildoers. If you change the translator, look at this. I mean, it's a joke. We change the translator. Yeah, we just change the translator. Change again. Change again. You will find a new Quran with every translator. For all of them, they do duct tape, Look at this guy here. Except the one who follow thee. What about the word al-ghawin? The guy, he dropped the big word in the verse. He dropped it totally. Let us go to different translator, either scam. Look at this one. Here we have different thing. Look at this. Finally. Certainly you shall have no authority over my slaves except those who follow you. Al-ghawin. Now what al-ghawin mean? All the previous translator, they drop it down. Those, they wrote it for you in Arabic, which is funny. And then between two brackets, they say the polytheists and those who go astray, the criminals, the polytheists, the evildoers, etc. Which mean everything wrong, everything bad is the word ghawin. So the Quran confirm only the criminals, only those who they are evildoer, only those who they are polytheists. Shaitan, he can mislead them. That means the Muslim who do bad and ask for forgiveness, they were misled by who? But all the Muslims do bad. Even Muhammad, the Quran says, Allah, he said to him, may Allah forgive your past and your sin to come. Remember, we did not start reading the article yet. We are in the beginning. We are in the beginning. This is the Quran, and this is a chapter 48, verse number 2. It says, so may also that Allah may forgive your sin. And look at this translation. Forgive your shortcoming. What is that? Have you ever heard, guys, if somebody need to be forgiven for his shortcoming? What shortcoming? You change the translator, you will find it is sin. Shortcoming. Muhammad was doing shortcoming. What is that? We just change the translator. Bingo. We have that Allah may forgive your sin. But remember, sin is from Shaitan. Shaitan deceive you, right? But remember, Shaitan, he cannot deceive anyone except al-ghawin, which mean the evildoers. So Muhammad is an evildoer. So when the Muslims, the Muhammadan, they made an article, and this article is trying to give us reasoning to believe in Islam, we will find that none of them is really true reasoning, for it is against the Quran itself. Look at this. Number one, the Quran claimed to be the word of God. Okay. So is that the reason to believe that this is from God? Because the Quran claimed to be the word. I mean, do you see the logic? Do you see the logic? Why you should believe in Islam? Islam is true religion. Number one, the Quran claimed to be the word of God. Bingo. There's millions of religions, they claim to be the word of God. And look what they choose for you from the whole Quran. Indeed, we have sent it down as an Arabic Quran that you might understand. I mean, this is alone is a proof that this cannot be from God. Because if Islam is sent for all mankind, and it says, we send it to you in Arabic so you might understand. So how an idiot who don't speak Arabic, he is going to understand the Quran? Listen carefully, the Quran is saying, why we send it in Arabic? This is not my logic. I'm not the one who's making this up. The Quran is speaking. And this is their choice in the article. Why Allah he sent the Quran in Arabic? He sent it in Arabic so you might understand. This can be fine if the Quran is supposed to be sent only to the Arab. How this will make sense if Islam sent for all mankind? Especially Arabic is very complicated language, you know, and it's not even a language, it's a mix of collection of languages. This is why you see in the Quran the word tabut, qurban, you know, Ameen. I mean, all of those are not Arabic. What does have to do with the Arabic? Bustan, all the garbage in the Quran have nothing to do with Arabic. So, inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyya la'allakum taqilun. We send it to you in Arabic so you might understand. How that work with you? Especially the guy who is talking to me, I'm not going to say where he's from. He don't know anything about Arabic. So, does it make sense to you that this God, he sent it in Arabic so you might understand, and you are not an Arab? And not to forget to mention that even the Arab don't understand it. Because even the Quran itself says that there's a huge part of this book, nobody knows what it means, save Allah. And why Muhammad, he made this verse? Because simply he is a thief. He did not try to read the book. He is just a thief. So he do not know what the author meant. He cannot answer it. So he said there is a huge part of this book, nobody knows what Allah meant, save Allah. Have you ever heard of a God? So look, we have a verse saying, we send it to you in Arabic so you might understand. And now we have a verse saying, chapter 3, verse number 7, it says, you will not understand. But none knows the hiding meaning, save Allah. So now why we send the book in Arabic? We send it so you might understand. But none knows the hiding meaning, save Allah. The yellow pages of Muhammad, the end at the end is as like disclaimer, you know, for security, for safety, you know, because the Muslim, they can go, you can get killed in this religion, you know. So they add at the end, and Allah knows best. The reason they say that, because of this, no one knows the hiding message save Allah. So if you claim that you know it, they will kill you. It's like watching the weather and news 20 years ago in Saudi Arabia. I don't know how it is now. You know, they will say, if Allah will, tomorrow we might have some rain. If and only if Allah will. And by Allah will, the wind speed, it might be, if Allah will, going to be 10 miles an hour. And if Allah will, the sun set around 6:30. You have to add the word if Allah will, otherwise he will end dead before he leaves the studio. Because he claimed that he knew the future, and the Quran says nobody knows the future. So in order to protect ourselves from being killed by the savage, we say Allah knows best, and if Allah will. And here now we see the same. So we send the Quran to you in Arabic so you might understand, and then after we read it, Allah knows best what it's meant. And who is talking? The Arab. And who is saying that? Allah himself, supposedly. And not only that, the funny is, it says that those who seek knowledge, those who seek knowledge, and look at the lie here. It says this is a fitna, but fitna is a trouble and deception, and fitna can be everything. Fitna can be killing, fitna can be prostitution, fitna can be fitna from fatana, like, you know, he was amazed by something wrong. And between two brackets, the polytheist and trials But you know, the polytheists, they don't read the Quran. They don't follow the Quran anyway. If the Quran is made for the Muslims, how that can be fitna for the polytheism? You see the stupidity here, and they add trial. So trial for the Muslims. Okay, so Allah, he sent you verses to follow them, and when you follow them, you will be in trial. So the Quran is not the book of guidance. The Quran is a book of fitna. Remember, we are reading the reasoning number 1. We did not even go to reasoning number 2 yet. You know? And look what it says here. In the same reasoning number 1, how come they cannot understand the Quran or deal with the Quran? If this is made by other than Allah, they will find a lot of contradiction. And this is the same verse, Mimi Hijab, he recite for Burat. And Burat said to him he was smarter from Allah and his followers. He said, well, I have a phone book, have 0 contradiction. What does have to do? Who sent it by God? So here this God, he claimed that if this book is made by other than Allah, you will have a lot of contradiction. Well, we find a lot of contradiction. Everything is a contradiction. We just showed you. We send you the Quran in Arabic so you might understand. And then we find the Quran saying that you will not understand. And how we send you the Quran in Arabic to you so might understand, and Islam is an international language, supposedly international religion, sorry. That means the Arabic language cannot be good. Especially, it's a very difficult language. English is a way easier. We cannot compare between the Arabic and the English. Shouldn't Allah send it in English? Especially, it's the most popular language. Don't Allah know the future? It's easy to learn. It's easy in every way. And the majority of mankind speak this language. This is why we are here, actually. Everyone is coming from different destination, and yet you understand what I'm saying. So, if this book is made by other than Allah, you will find a lot of contradiction. Well, the whole Quran is a contradiction. All of it. If we check the Quran, which one Allah created first? The trees, the mountains, or the stars? We will find chapter 79 says something, and chapter 49 saying something else. If you go in the Quran, this is just an example. This is just an example. This is a chapter 79. And the Muslim, as usual, they try to duct tape and fix it. In this verse here, chapter 79, it says, Allah, he built the sky. Allah, he left up the sky. And then Allah, he made the day and the night. And then after that, he made the earth flat. And after that, he brought the water. And after that, he created the mountains. So the sky was finished totally in chapter 79. And the last thing Allah, he did is the mountains. Let us go to the different verse. Let's go to different verse first. Chapter 2, verse number 29, it says, it is he who created for you all in earth, and then he went to the sky and he made them 7 skies. So, according to chapter 2, verse number 29, Allah, he finished everything in the earth. It says all. All. Do you see the word all? Not some, everything. The earth is done.